So, can you tell us some of your general backgrounds of training and art education, like specific schools that you went to or specific mentors that you have studied with?
I went to Ito Art University. No, I'm sorry. Ito Art Institution when I was in high school. It was really, actually more than Kyoto Art University, which I later went to. I learned a lot. It's because the teacher, I could say that he has been my mentor, even though I'm not in touch with him anymore. He taught me the joy of making art. It was very essential to this day, and so I was exposed to do sculptures, paintings, and drawings, very basic stuff, and a lot of creative things. And I learned how to be patient and how to appreciate things. And after that, I went to another institution following the same instructor, the mentor. It's called Sugi Art Institution. And I was still in high school, but after 5 to 11 o'clock, I was there every single day. And then after that, I went to Kyoto Art Design University. I majored textile design, but to be honest, I don't really remember what I learned from my college days. I like the textile design, but at the same time, I miss painting a lot. So I kept painting and doing it at home and doing textile at school, university. And then after I came here, I went to National Academy of Fine Art and then studied there for 6 to 7 years, mainly printmaking.
Did you study with any specific artist or mentor at the
Yes,
National?
actually I met this artist whose name is Sonia Getko. I think she's 88 years old, and she was quite famous when she was like 30 or 40. And she was in the California movement, and amazing artist. And then more than anything, just the way she is as an artist, you know, she's like really old, but she paints every single day, and it's really inspiring. And then yeah, I could say that she has been my mentor.
So you mentioned textile design. Is that like Japanese textile style?
I think so. I wasn't aware when I was learning, but
so is it evident in any of your work, or you don't really integrate it?
I'm sure some of them are still there, and I do love the textile like elements. So I like to put like a little bit of decorative things here and there to, you know, give a little bit more
Spice.
Yeah, spice, so to speak.
So my second question is, how would you describe your styles, and how would you position your style within the current art market or some of the trends that's going on?
Well, I'm a very unskillful person. I can't really imitate, or I can't really do things which other people are doing. So I really have to stick with whatever I do, and therefore I'm not really excited to know, or you know, be on top of the trends. So I can only speak about myself, but now I think more than ever my works are evolving. It's because I've been painting sort of like the same kind of things, like with insects for the last 10 years. And to be honest, I was getting bored. I kind of knew what to do to make pretty pictures, but then I was like, there's no point of doing this anymore. So I decided I decided to do something totally different. And one day I was at the Met and decided to pick one person who I never thought about like studying, and that's Redon Odeon. And it's because it's like, he does a very pretty, flowers in vase paintings by mostly pastels. But there's something about it. There's like a little bit of oddness, and I love his earlier works, the black and white, and it's his paintings, but more than that, I was drawn to the way he lived as an artist. He was working on black and white for like 50 years, 40 years, and then after he's 50 or 60, he started painting with colors, but so vibrant. And he did what he thought, what he believed, and it was very inspiring in that way. And so I started painting like, flowers. I never wanted to paint flowers, it's because I thought it was very cliche. But actually, it really helped me to push me to go to a place where I wasn't willing to go by myself. And so I'm painting more like painfully than ever, and I'm open for more accents, but also I really enjoy having the contrast of like everything. Like some parts are very meticulously done, some parts are like so free. I want all the contrast, so that's what I'm exploring right now.
So Redon was a major influence. When I first saw your work, I picked up on the insects. I was like, oh, that looks like a Redon insect. And
really?
Yeah, and then you started talking about the still life flowers that was also inspired by him. Is there any other big name artists that you kind of draw influence?
I love Kiki Smith. Yeah. Actually, I do like Francis Bacon. But I don't know what I like and what I do are totally different. It's because, again, I can't do what they do, and then I never want, yeah. But yeah, a lot of people tells me that, oh, your work looks like Klim, or it's because I use a lot of gold. But I really don't see that way.
Yeah, I don't see the Klim thing.
Yeah.
I see the bacon thing though.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And the new ones. Yeah. But not so much Kiki Smith.
Right.
Francis Bacon and Redon, but not so much Kiki Smith.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I like Kiki Smith is, again, it's the same reason I like Redon. She's very, I don't know her in person, but she's not really restricted to mediums. Like she does sculptures, she does textile, she does. I like that. I like mixed media artists.
Let's see. What's my next question? Oh, so in terms of the art market, do you find yourself having a hard time fit in, or how do you position yourself in the market right now?
Well, I don't really think about it too much. There was a point where I did think about those things, but at the end of the day, I realized the most important thing for me is to keep doing what I'm doing. Even though I don't sell or I don't get accepted in the art world, that's their problem, it's not my problem. I mean, for me, paintings and then like creating something is like essential. So if that is taken away from me, I don't know what to do. So it's, even though like let's say I have to be working, I have to be scrubbing the floor and you know, and then I have to find to make money, and then I have to find time to do what I have to do. I mean, even so, I would be happier to be doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
I wonder, those people that love your work, did they tell you what aspect of your work that they like the most?
I'm sure they do. They share their thoughts, and I do enjoy talking and listening. But if you're asking me a specific thing, yeah, then I don't remember.
Okay. So I realized that your childhood experience in the rural area has been your major subject matter in most of the works. So can you tell us in detail like how you manifest that subject matter in paintings and prints?
Right. I just recently I haven't been like using childhood memory experience kind of thing into my paintings too much, but I do love insects, but doesn't mean I can touch them or I'm good at them. I actually dislike them in that way, and but when I was in Japan in a rural area, seeing insect was everyday life, and they were like part of my life, and it actually gave me a different perspective by looking at them and having them in my life. Their skills, their order, their the design things and everything. So they stayed with me, and I think they will stay with me till I die. Probably it's just a really big part of who I am. But again, I'm not really like fond of insects.
But your painting does show a loving relationship.
That's true.
She really likes insects.
That's true. But at the same time, it's like I do a lot of I'm sorry. I do a lot of things which I'm afraid of, like insects. I'm so afraid of
Disgusting bugs.
Yeah, and then I can't touch them, and then So, but by like dealing with them in my art helps me to understand them and not be so scared and stuff like that. So it's helping me that way.
I see. So how do you usually paint them? Do you paint them in groups by themselves? Like what specific things they're doing?
I don't have a specific order, but I sure use a lot of mediums, different kind of mediums. Printmaking, collage, paintings, drawings.
Can you tell us a bit more about the collages? What do you actually collage on the work?
I print, I do etchings, and then I cut them like that one.
Oh,
and
those are etchings.
Those are etchings, right.
Yeah, I realized on the one I bought, there's the butterfly. Similar to the second one there. That's an etching.
That's an etching.
Let's see. So this question is based on my observation. So I feel like the flowers, the still life, and the bugs are very Asian subject matters. If you think about it, there are a lot of traditional Japanese or Chinese artworks that feature these type of things. But you do incorporate a lot of Western techniques. Do you see such combination having a strong potential in, I wouldn't say trends, that's not a good word, in the canon?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know, but that's actually who I am and who I am becoming. It's because I've been here for a long time, and I'm not like trying to make it look like Asian or Western, but at the same time it probably comes out of me. And then one of the reasons why I came here is because, you know, I was born and raised in Japan, and you know, it's like I had this moral ideas which not necessarily which I didn't
consciously realize.
Right, and then I wasn't really agreeing with a lot of them, like, you know. So I wanted to put myself, I was in a box like this, and I wanted to put myself in a different box and then decide what works for me, what doesn't work for me. Not the country or somebody else decide what works for you. So I feel the same way. Like, for instance, there are so many things I love about Asian cultures, but there are so many things I disagree. And it's the same here. There are so many things I admire and I love about American cultures. Right. So I think that's probably what I am and what I focus on, and it so probably shows in my art.
Yeah, because when I look at especially the more opaque ones, it reminds me of those Japanese screens with flying cranes with golden.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it looks familiar, classy, and
yeah, it comes in those Japanese influence.
So my last question on here is, do you notice anyone currently out there that might share some of the similarities with you in terms of subject matters and style?
I actually recently went to the show at the Stax Gallery.
I'm not sure. I know.
Kathy Rothenberg. I actually show my prints with the same gallery as she shows in Connecticut, I think.
Kathy, what's her last name?
Rothenberg. Yeah.
R-O-T-H-T.
I'm sorry. R-U-T-T-E-R-N-G or something like that. I might have. Oh yeah. Oh. Sorry. Okay. And actually, I love her work. She does sculptures.
Oh, okay.
And it's hard for me to like something which similar to mine in paintings.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't find anything similar to
yeah, true. I don't see anything.
But her works, I could see myself making those. I mean, she
mainly does sculptures.
She does sculptures, and she does like watercolors and stuff too.
Oh.
But I didn't really love the watercolors, yeah, but her sculptures are fantastic. And then she actually lives in upstate in New York with tons of animals. 2 pigs or 6 dogs, 2 cats, goats. And she sleeps with a pig, and she has rabbits, and then her apartments is no apartment. I think she has a house, and it's like really
a farm.
Yeah, really like a farm, and I love that. And she has a huge studio with a beautiful light. Yeah, I would be happy if I get that position.
I love that.
Yeah.
So